Okay, we're here at Spa in Belgium, getting ready for the first e-race with the team all driving what are called GTLM cars. So these are higher performance cars than what we have been driving, um, and they're a lot more horsepower, a lot faster acceleration. Like I said in the email that I sent out about the race, the Porsche RSR car that I'm driving, if I were to purchase the car, it would be right around $1 million US to purchase the race car, plus then all the spares and parts and everything else. So just to get the car on the track is about $1.5 million, let alone tires and all the other things that go along with it. So Spa here, like I mentioned, the track was opened in 1925. And it was actually a combination of just regular streets that they would close off for the races. And then in 1979, they shortened the track to 4.25 miles, and they also made it private. So it is now a dedicated racetrack. It's kind of a crazy track because there's a huge uphill section, and then there's valleys in the track, and there's a 90-degree turn right at the start. And then there's the last two turns, which are turns 19 and 20, are actually what's called a chicane, which is a hard right turn followed by a hard left turn, which is really meant to, slow the cars down significantly. So you're coming full speed, probably, almost 200 miles an hour, and then you come down to where you're dropping down to maybe 20 or 30 miles an hour to do the turns. So it adds to the excitement. Yeah, so we practiced. I did the qualifying. Tough track, tough car. I think we have maybe 15 cars today, and I'm probably qualified maybe 10th or 11th. I'm not quite sure, but um, it's still still trying to figure out where to brake and all of that. So now we're going to grid up here for the race, and should be exciting. So the good news is that they start the race after that chicane. So this is the what's called the what's considered the start finish line of the track. Um, and we'll come up here and then do a hard 90-degree, like 180, 90 to 180-degree turn. Makes it pretty exciting. And so we'll um, do that. I need just to update my displays to make sure we're showing. So you'll notice that this car looks a little bit different. Inside the car looks about the same with the fire extinguishing systems and all of that. Looks like it's a different steering wheel. The lights up on the dash that you'll see right above the steering wheel, that is traction control. So this particular car does not have an anti-lock braking system like the GT3 and the GT4 cars have. So you can actually lock the wheels up. And so you'll see a series of lights on those two lights to the left and the right of the steering wheel. I think if it's purple, the rear wheels are locking. If it's yellow, the front wheels are locking. If it's flashing white, it means the traction control is kicking in to help stabilize the car. So you'll see all kinds of lights flashing, similar to the GT3 car at the top. At the top of the steering wheel, the series of lights. This is a not a rolling start. So we can do a standing start, which would have been good to know. So that's what was called a standing start, and we're actually going downhill here into this valley. So this is uphill section, full throttle. So I guess got taken out. So that was not good. Ugh. The car's torqued up. So that was a crap start. So now I got to sit here for 2 minutes because I couldn't drive the car after I got smashed into the wall. And so they simulate a tow truck coming to get you. Uh, and yeah, so that's it kind of stinks that literally I didn't get even through the first few turns before I got hit in the rear and thrown into a wall. So um, the towing thing is happening, and I just need to make sure that I have uh, my fast repair. So um, the thing to keep in mind here is that it takes about 2 minutes and 20 seconds to do a lap. So with all of this commotion, sitting here being towed, I'll be about a lap down when I get ready to start. So very, very disappointing. To not a good way to get things started, but we'll get it out of here and actually make some time. So what you can see straight in front of me, that's the safety car. So that's the car that starts the race, and then if there's an incident, it comes back out and paces the cars in front. So I have about a minute to wait here. Um, you see on the steering wheel here, I look down that the everything is yellow, reverse image, and then it's the flashing at the top. That means that I have the pit limiter on because you're only allowed to go 37 miles per hour in pit lane, and if you exceed that, then that's a penalty. And so it's really important to stay within that. And so there's a pit speed limiter that's in the car that helps do that, and so that's what I have set. And yeah, so we've got about 30 seconds left. Hopefully, um, once once this clears, then with the fast repair, I can immediately go out. You'll notice the cars driving through me on the simulation. You can drive through cars on pit lane, which is obviously not the case for a real race, but for the simulation, they let you drive through the cars. So hopefully I can pit service time. Well, now I'm getting pit service. Great. So I'm going to start out here a couple laps down. So I just need to kind of get out there and get into a rhythm and see what I can do to catch up, at least make up a little bit of it. I'm not sure why this is taking so long. Okay, so this is a big uphill stretch. We'll get the car up here and moving, but this is like climbing a mountain. So it keeps the car from getting too fast, but it is still long straightaway. Ah. Uh, I tell you what, not my day already. At least with this incident, the cars, I guess it's part of, as those folks who have watched a few of the races, I always like to crumple the front right of the car for some reason. So, so this is further than I made it on the track the last time. So you get to see a little more of the track this time. And this is the downhill section. I mentioned that we had an uphill section. This is the downhill section. Okay, so this is the other uphill section. It's up the backside, coming into that last chicane that I was telling you about, the 290 degrees. So now this is kind of an interesting straight because it goes down a hill and then makes a big turn at the top. Kind of rattles you around a little bit coming through there. One of the fastest sections of the track, although it is uphill. Taking this a little gingerly since this is where I messed up. So I'm about 5 seconds behind the person in front of me, so I need to make up some time here so I can at least um, be respectable of making up some distance. There's the person in front of me, so we're going to catch him. Oh, that's Bill Hines. Oh, I want to catch Bill. He's the one that's caused me some issues. If you have followed a number of these races, he's in the BMW. He's 3.7 seconds in front of me, so we're going to have some fun at catching him and passing him. And I know my followers in Houston, Texas, Clinton Danette, they like watching passing. So I've got to catch Bill here so we can do a little passing to keep keep Clint and Danette interested in watching the races. Now the thing about this is that the place we're going to catch him is the chicane, so it's 290 degrees. So you just got to be careful not to overcook it and get too focused on overtaking him and miss the chicane. Ugh. Well, that was a cluster. That's not exactly the way I wanted to pass, but okay, we got 11 seconds to catch Roman. Roman's a professional race car driver, so he's not going to want to be caught, and he's also French, so he's probably been on the Spa course. So it's not going to be the easiest thing, but maybe if he makes some mistakes, we can catch him. Well, we're catching up to him. Now, the one thing I have to be careful of is that my steering wheel is a little off because I had that crash, but I'm not going to pit because that burns up too much time. So we're going to go with what we got. So it's going to work with what we have. Makes the car harder to drive, but it keeps us competitive. So we're 9 seconds now from Roman. We got a full course yellow, so we get to restart. That's not good for Roman because that means we get to catch up. So now, you might remember from one of the last broadcasts that it is under yellow, which means I can't pass a car, but I need to keep moving to catch up with the cars in front of me because before the restart, we all want to be packed up. And so that's why I'm going at race speed versus the cars that are up front have to slow down and be going like 60 kilometers an hour because they're just at pace car speed, but we're trying to catch them. And on your display on the stream, you can actually see where the cars are. I don't have that, so I don't know where the cars are that I'm trying to catch. So I'm just trying to be cautious and go quick and catch them, but not end up going so quick that I rear end them or something. Catch them in a turn and not know they're there. So you got to be careful, but go fast. because if I don't catch them, then I'm giving up the opportunity for the restart. And then this is another one of those decision points where, because my car is damaged, once we all get packed up, they will open pit lane for repairing the car, which means that I wouldn't lose as much, but I don't really want to really pit because the car's drivable, and it's interesting with this such a long track. It's hard to catch up when they're on full course yellow. Whoa. I wish they wouldn't have that message right in front of the screen. I can't really see the road. So, like I said, there are the cars. You guys already knew that because you could see it on the dancing ants. But so now I've caught up with it. So I got Nathan is in front of me. So Roman must have had an incident. Um, so So now the whole thing is we're going to do a single file start, but as you remember, we've got that chicane that's the last turn, and then they're going to go green. So I'm going to try to keep my tires warmed up. Past the 14 car. Oh, because I'm a lap down, I get to pass. So that's the reason I got passed, is because I'm a lap down and caught behind the starter. So this is actually really, really good for me because I can get ahead of the pack and get out of that chicane. So when they come into the chicane for the restart, I'll actually be at least a half a lap in front. So this is good because right here is what they have to come through, and then right here is the start. So it's going to be really ugly when they do that restart, kind of like the first when we did the race start. Ah, I'm going to get the warning to stay on the track limits. One lap to green, so that's actually good because I can, with them going 60, if I can keep my pace and not do anything silly, I should be able to make up good. I may not be able to catch them, but I can at least make up some good time. And I'm sure Trina likes this kind of racing as well because it's just I'm just out here by myself. There's there's no there's no nobody near me. There's no worries about having an issue. I can just run my race, and so I'm sure there's some of the folks that have pitted to get replacements and get the cars specced up. I'm not going to pit because I don't want to take the time, and the cars, even though the steering wheel's a little off, it's still driving nice, and I don't want to take the time. Plus, it's kind of my signature to have the right front of the car crumpled up like that. It's like a Ramsey Racing type of designation. Okay, so now they're coming around, and they're going to go green before I catch them. Although on the display that you folks are seeing, you can see where the cars are, and I'm just sort of guessing. So those guys are all in there on the yellow procession, and I just get to run some laps here and try to catch them. Whoa. Now we're racing. Ah! Whoa. I don't know if anyone else got their heartbeat going on that one, but I sure did. Nothing like having a car flying around in front of you and you trapped against the wall, but at least I snuck through. So I got lucky from all the other unlucky things that I had happen earlier. Uh, it's so easy to get more than one tire off the. And when they're talking about I cut the track, it's that when I come out of the turn, I just happen to get my driver's side tire just a hair too far because you want to make the track go, but you don't like right there. I just need to keep two tires on the asphalt. Now at least we've had a little bit of a rhythm going instead of coming off the walls and all of this. It's got to be smooth and build up a rhythm. Okay, now who we got? We got Travis, who's 3 seconds in front of us. Travis is another one of the pro drivers, so I guess. Oh, we got a yellow. Travis is one of the pro drivers, so I don't think I'm gonna try to necessarily catch up and get around him, but who knows? What you also never know is what kind of car conditions everyone has. Like that car in front of us just went off the track, so he may be having some steering issues or whatever. Oh, that's Alex Premat. Wonder what's up with Alex Premat. I know I'm not going to catch Alex. Whoa. Uh, Whoa. Nathan is a really good driver too. That's right behind me. So he's just biding his time. I'll be a little cautious here so I don't get out of track. Whoa, now I really gone out of track limits. Okay, we got about 5 laps then with 10 minutes. So Oh, we got Roman in front of us again. 6 seconds. But he's going pretty quick. I don't know if I'll catch him or not. Okay, I'm catching Roman. Get around the can. Shoot. Ah, man, I can't keep the car on the track. Now my tires are starting to go after the with the misalignment, so I'm starting to lose control. So I just have to be careful not to overcook things, but just be patient and catch them. Okay, back to trying to catch Roman. I don't know if I'm going to have enough laps left. I just have to stop messing up the chicane and overcooking it. Ah, I just can't turn. You can see on the display on the center console that my tires are kind of locking up when I'm going around while under braking, and that's because there's the limited traction and the tires are just really shot. So I'm getting lockups. And so, like on a lot of these, when I'm trying to do really a lot of lateral load, like here where I'm full throttle. So in this position, it's basically just drive safe, keep the car on the track, don't let the guy behind me pass, and but don't try to get greedy because I just don't have the tires left to do it. So, but it's been an interesting race. Unfortunate that it's unfortunate that it started at the very beginning with getting pushed into the wall and having damage and the whole waiting in the pits and all of that. But now here I'm gonna make sure that I don't blow through the track again, because if you do get warnings on the track limits, the thing is that they can actually black flag you, which means that you would get disqualified. Oh, come on, stay on the track. Okay, so we have one lap to go. Just keep it on the track. Keep it clean. It's not like I can do like driving Miss Daisy because I've got people behind me that would love to catch up, but it doesn't mean I don't have to push it like here where I'm spinning and losing grip. I just take it easy in that turn. A little braking here. You can see the lockups. So that's the finish of the race. But I'm just going to, I like this section right here where we go straight down. So I just want to drive it here. And then I'll show you what going from high speed to slam on the brakes. All right. Well, I appreciate everyone joining. And yeah, it's been fun. Next race is next Tuesday, and I'll send out the details later. But I appreciate everyone tuning in, and hopefully you enjoyed it, and appreciate the support. So thank you.